What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to show you my 2017 Toon deck build. This is not really a great deck for tournament play or for anything like that, but it's a great and fun deck to play, I believe. And if anybody looking to build Toons, maybe this will be a helpful guide on a good run. So obviously, your main cards, Toon Kingdom. Banish 3 cards at the top of your deck face down. This card becomes Toon World. Your opponent cannot target monsters you control with card effects, and any monster you control that would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish 1 card from the top of your deck instead to save those monsters, which is very overpowered. So, 2 Toon Mermaids. You can run 3. 3 would be helpful, depending on extra deck. I like to run Bahamut Shark, totally awesome, so I'm thinking about adding a 3rd one. I just haven't really committed to it yet. 2 Mass Sorcerers. All Toon monsters cannot attack the turn they're summoned, but Toon Mass Sorcerer, when he does battle damage, you draw 1 card, so he's great draw power. And I like to keep him on the field usually. Toon Gemini Elf. Same effects, cannot attack during the turn it's summoned, but when you do battle damage, it does discard 1 card from your opponent's hand. And one thing I like about the new Toon, a lot of the new Toon support, is it doesn't leave the field when Toon World or Toon Kingdom leaves the field, which that way you don't get board wiped and left stranded. 1 Toon Dark Magician Girl. A lot of people like to run 2 or 3, and a lot of people like to go around Toon Dark Magician Girl. I don't like to go around her. I like to have her in there just because I run Toon Dark Magician also, and she gets that extra power boost. And another monster I can summon via Toon Dark Magician's effect. Toon Barrel Dragon. With the 1/1s like Toon Dark Magician Girl or Toon Barrel Dragon, you can trade them. You can trade them out for either Toon Ancient Gear Golem or a Toon Cyber Dragon or Buster Blader, just depending on how you feel that day and whatever you're going to be playing. Like I said, most people will not use this deck for tournaments. So if you're dueling around with your friends and you want to play Toons, if they're playing Blue Eyes or something, Toon Buster Blader just for the attack power is really great. 2 Red Eyes Toon Dragons. This is another great add to the Toon build. Once per turn, you can activate this effect, special summon 1 Toon monster from your hand. And great way to get Red Eyes Toon Dragon out on the field would be Blackstone Legend. Is a very overpowered stone compared to, like, let's say Whitestone Legend for Blue Eyes. You can summon him. You summon it, tribute it, special summon 1 Red Eyes Toon from deck, and then he basically recycles himself. If Red Eyes Toon goes to the grave, you can send Red Eyes Toon back to your deck and send this back to your hand. So next turn, it's another Red Eyes, which is great for any Red Eyes player in general. 2 Toon Dark Magicians. I love this card. Once per turn, you can discard one card and either special summon a Toon monster from deck or add 1 Toon Field Spell or Trap to your deck. So if you need a Toon Kingdom or any other Toon card, any Toon card that you run in your deck, great way to get them out. And of course, Hand Traps, Ghost Ogres, and Ash Blossoms. Every deck I build has 2 Ghost Ogres and 2 Ash Blossoms. I feel like that consistency is amazing. You're not overdrawing into them. I usually draw into them a good bit of time. I don't always need them. And they're tuners too, so you can use them for the extra deck if you need to. But for my extra deck, it's mostly siege. So I run 2 Necroface because I run 3 Pot of Desires, and so with 3 Pot of Desires, I'm banishing a lot, so I don't want to run out of resources too quickly. And that way, if Necroface, he gains the attack for all the banished cards that were sent back to from the banished field to the deck. So usually, if I can get 2 Pot of Desires out, I mean that's 2,000 plus the Toon Kingdom activation. 2,300 is usually what I like to go for, and he's at 1,200 attack already, so he's at 3,500 beat stick on the field. Terraforming. Obviously, for obvious reasons, get the Toon Kingdom. This whole deck is based around Toon Kingdom, so you need him out as much as possible. 3 Toon tables. Add any Toon card and Mangurian. Just that extra if you need Toon table, or if you want to add another high-powered Toon to use for Red Eyes Toon's effect, special summon from hand. Usually go with Toon Dark Magician, and then Toon Dark Magician's effect. You can have 3 to 4 monsters on the field easily, very, very easily. 2 Comic Hands. This card is broke. Like, this card is just so overpowered. If you control Toon World, you can equip to opponent's monster and take control of him. It's a unbanned Snatch Steal, which a lot of people do like to run Toon Kingdom as a field spell just so they can run Comic Hand. 2 Magic Reflectors, basically to add counters to Toon Kingdom to save it. Because once Toon Kingdom leaves the field, you're kind of left with very underpowered monsters. Not very, I mean, Toon Dark Magician and Red Eyes Toon, but with the way decks run today, that they're very underpowered. 1 Twin Twister and 1 Cosmic Cyclone. You can go 2 Twin Twisters, 2 Cosmic Cyclones. Just whatever you feel is best, but I like to run 1 of each. Board wipe Regeki, just so, I mean, you don't need the board wipe with Regeki because you attack their opponents directly anyways, but it's nice if you can just shut them down from making any other moves later on. 1 Toon Briefcase, which is great because it allows you to shuffle a monster back in the deck when it's summoned, or extra deck if it's an Exceed monster. 1 Toon Mask. Toon Mask is awesome because if, let's say your board's clear and they summon, let's say you're dueling Blue Eyes and they summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon, or an alternative, you can activate Toon Mask and special summon 1 monster with the same level or less than. So you have a Toon Dark Magician on the field or Red Eyes Toon, just a way to, save a little bit of your life points and be able to attack directly next turn. 1 Starlight Road. Starlight Road, in case you get board wiped or anything, and also allows you to summon a Stardust Dragon from your extra deck, which is very nice. 1 Macrocosmos. I wish they would take this off the limited list, because Macrocosmos, instead of cards being sent to the graveyard or banished instead, with running Necroface and Pot of Desires, really good way to get a big beat stick on the field and shut down your opponent's other plays. Unless they're running Cosmos, then it doesn't really matter at that point. 2 Floodgate Trap Holes. I mean, you attack directly, but having their monsters a face-down defense, they can't activate effects. So that's wonderful. Going to the extra deck, 1 Bahamut Shark to go, 2 Toon Mermaids. Allows you to detach one exceeds material, especially someone level 3 or lower from your extra deck. Totally awesome. Just because you can go from Bahamas Shark to totally awesome. And then you end up with two good 2622 attack. Stardust Dragon. Obviously, if you're running Starlight Road, there's no point in not running Stardust Dragon. Sylvan Princess Sprite. Never, ever, hardly go in her. She is just there, just for whatever reason you get stuck on the board with two Whitestone Legends. Big Eye. Big Eye is a beast. You can detach exceed material, target one monster your opponent controls, and take control of it. Another comic hand, but it's a snatch deal. Obviously, it doesn't make it a Toon, but so it makes it's a big snatch deal. Abyss Dweller, obviously Toon Mermaid, or Toon Gemini Elf. Any of your low level Toons. Abyss Dweller is pretty great. You can detach exceed material, and card effects that activate in your opponent's graveyard cannot activate. Number 39, Utopia. Now for your, like I said, your lower level 4 monsters. When they declare an attack, you can deceive. So it's basically a negate attack. The big key is Red Eyes Flare Metal. That's usually the monster you want to get out. Get him out as quickly as possible. He burns your opponent for 500 every time he activates an effect. And you can detach one exceed material and target one Red Eyes in your graveyard. One normal Red Eyes, but obviously he's not Red Eyes Toon's not normal, so. And number 59, Crooked Cook. And he's basically, while there's no other cards on the field, it's unaffected by card effects. Once per turn, you can detach exceed material to destroy as many cards you control as possible. And he gains 300 attack until the end of this turn. So basically, destroy your own field and gain 300 attack for each one, and then your opponent can do absolutely nothing about it. Well, that's it for my Toon build. I don't really run a side deck for this thing because, like I said, it's not really a tournament deck, so I don't have an official, side deck or anything like that. But you can always, like I said, Toon monsters and then just tweak it a little bit here and there to whatever suits you for your best needs. But if anybody has a Toon build that they'd like to share in the comments, please feel free to, and I can take a look and test it, see if it works better for me. And hopefully this will be a great tutorial for anybody else building a Toon deck.